Country music has long celebrated truth over polish, and that tradition helps explain why Carrie Underwood continues to resonate so deeply with audiences. Her career has never depended on shock value or carefully manufactured mystery. Instead, it has been built on consistency, discipline, and a quiet sense of self-assurance. Recently, a simple backstage photograph reminded fans of that foundation, not through spectacle, but through its absence. The image itself was unremarkable at first glance. No dramatic lighting, no stylized pose, no attempt to perform for the camera. Carrie stood behind the scenes, surrounded by the ordinary clutter of touring life. What made the photo compelling was how little it tried to be anything else. It showed a version of her rarely seen, unaltered by stagecraft, free of visual amplification. And in that simplicity, something meaningful emerged. For years, audiences have associated Carrie Underwood with power, towering vocals, commanding stage presence, and performances that feel larger than the venues that contain them. On stage, she appears almost monumental, elevated by lighting, styling, and the theatrical nature of live performance. The backstage image quietly dismantled that illusion. It revealed not a contradiction, but a truth. The grandeur fans associate with her isn't physical. It's earned. Rather than disappointing fans, the image seemed to draw them closer. It challenged the idea that presence must be visually exaggerated to be impactful. Carrie's influence has never come from appearing imposing or untouchable. It comes from her work ethic, emotional control, and unwavering commitment to her craft. Seeing her outside the performance context reinforced that reality. The power people feel when she sings doesn't disappear when the stage lights go dark. What stood out most in the reaction was how little judgment there was. Instead of scrutiny, the response leaned toward appreciation. Fans spoke about relatability, about how freeing it felt to see someone so admired existing without enhancement or explanation. In a media environment saturated with curated perfection, the image felt almost radical in its ordinariness. It suggested that confidence doesn't need framing. It exists whether it's being showcased or not. Carrie's relationship with image has always been grounded. She's never chased extremes or tried to present herself as unreachable. Over the years, she has spoken about balance, sustainability, and the importance of respecting both physical and mental limits. That philosophy has shaped not just her career, but her public presence. The backstage photo didn't contradict her message, it embodied it. It was a quiet continuation of values she has consistently lived by. The moment also revealed a broader cultural shift. Audiences are increasingly resistant to illusion for illusion's sake. They are drawn to moments that feel unfiltered, not because they expose flaws, but because they restore perspective. Seeing a global superstar exist comfortably without spectacle reduces the distance between admiration and self-acceptance. It reminds people that success doesn't require constant performance, and worth doesn't fluctuate with presentation. There was also something important in what Carrie didn't do. She didn't contextualize the image with commentary. She didn't turn it into a lesson or a statement. She allowed it to exist without direction. That restraint mattered. By not shaping the narrative, she trusted her audience to meet the moment with maturity. The overwhelmingly positive response suggests that trust was well placed. Ultimately, the significance of the photo lies in how little it tried to achieve. It wasn't meant to inspire, reassure, or redefine anything. And yet, it did all three, simply by being real. Carrie Underwood didn't step out of character. She revealed that the character people admire has always been rooted in authenticity. That is why moments like this endure, not because they go viral, but because they resonate quietly and personally. They remind people that confidence is not about appearance, scale, or control. It's about comfort, about knowing who you are when no one is asking you to perform. Carrie has built her career on that foundation, and this small, unassuming moment simply made it visible. In a world that constantly asks for more, sometimes the most powerful response is to offer less and let truth do the rest.